Okay.
All right. Friday
Back
night.
to
Foolish mortals. We're gonna be trapped in a mansion full of spooky ghosts.
yes. I have to imagine you get out of the mansion at some point because it did
I
feel
have
like
nothing else to say.
there's
in
more
regard
to do in the other location.
Yeah, I would hope so because we still haven't seen a puppet show.
That's true. Yeah, and we've never
Couldn't
gotten to
see
the
anything
fort.
I could do
Yeah.
with the statue.
But yeah, right now we're in Haunted Mansion.
We need to collect some
The
stuff.
fountain
for
had
the
long
bride.
run dry, and the cracked, dusty basin was empty. The gardener's hunched frame and soil-stained overalls made him look like a gnome that had wandered out of a storybook. He appeared more comfortable with the company of plants than people. What a relief for the people.
Sass.
Yes.
Examining the overgrowth felt more like being in a zoo than an arboretum. I didn't want to get any closer.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why not?
You're still flesh and blood, aren't you?
That's right.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You'll end up see-through blue like me if one of those thorns nicks you. And don't try cutting them. Even so much as a snap, and it releases a toxin so deadly you'll be on the ground within 3 minutes. Certainly keeps things exciting, doesn't it?
The macabre warning was definitely serving a purpose where it was. I decided to leave it there. The wooden sign had the quaint charm of a handmade woodcraft, if it wasn't for the skull and crossbones painted on it. Weaving throughout the conservatory was an overgrown mass of intimidating-looking thorns.
The rose now.
Good evening. Is there a way to get rid of the thorns?
Oh, certainly. A good drenching with alcohol should kill him off.
Who's the statue of?
Oh, him. He's from an old Indian fable the Belmores used to have read them as children. It was a gift Cecil Belmore gave his brothers a couple of years before he disappeared. Quite the conversation piece.
What was the statue's story about?
A young Maharaja prince who sold his kingdom for a single coin, all so he could use it to save the love of his life.
How romantic.
I suppose, if you're into that sort of thing.
Well, no time to stop and smell the roses. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Murphy.
Do I have any alcohol?
It was an empty soda bottle I'd found on the beach.
I think we had alcohol.
Yeah, we had rum.
Yeah.
But we had to use it for our magic spell.
Yes.
Got the piano player here. And we do need to get music at some point.
To use the recording machine, I needed a record with a fresh layer of wax. The pianist had explained to me that the device was for recording music directly from the piano. To use the I took the record from the recording machine. With its outer coating worn away with age, it wasn't in a state to record onto.
Okay, so probably have to find some wax, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe you have to press some wax.
It was a cylindrical record for making sound recordings, covered in a thin layer of black wax. This one was old, worn, and unusable. It was a battered suitcase that I deduced belonged to the pianist. The pianist wouldn't have been happy with me rifling through his belongings.
You don't know that for sure.
Yeah, you asked him, Murphy? I wonder, oh, yeah. So I was wondering how you got up there. I didn't see the stairs. I don't know if we've been there yet.
I don't think so.
I'll look at the coat of arms.
Oh, don't walk down to look at the coat of
Oh,
arms.
Murphy.
You already walk so slowly.
The shield was out of reach, but I didn't plan on jousting with any knights that day anyway. The Belmore family's monogram was etched in gold on the shield.
That is an insult to my honor. I didn't know you had any honor left to insult.
Boys, you don't want to be fighting over little old me.
Tallulah, this man is nothing but a scoundrel. Then you, brother, are a no-good fraud.
No, I.
Wonder if you're gonna have to tell which is which later.
The bookshelves are filled with tomes on every subject I could imagine. Astronomy to music, numerology to zoology, each with faded spines and dusty covers.
Twin Aunt Tallulah. I guess debutante.
Debutante.
We're definitely taking this parasol.
Yeah.
Tallulah, you look like you're enjoying this.
Good evening, miss.
Oh, another fine young gentleman.
My name's Murphy McCallan. Pleased to meet you all.
Back off, Peanut. Yeah, keep walking. We were talking to the lady first.
Now, boys, we must be welcoming to our new friend. My name is Tallulah LaRue. I expect you've heard of me. My daddy owns the LaRue Oil Exchange. We're the richest family this side of the Mississippi.
But don't be getting any ideas. Tallulah, don't you think this gentleman is a little beneath you? He looks so poor, he probably waves a popsicle around and calls it air conditioning.
Let's not be rude to him just because he's less fortunate. You boys be welcoming and introduce yourselves.
If we must. I am Humphrey Tallulah.
Ooh.
And I am Orville Tallulah of the Tallulah Textiles Company.
I think you made the pants I'm wearing.
Right, so Humphrey's in green, and Orville's in pink.
Yes.
What's that in your hand, Miss LaRue?
This is my invitation to the wedding. It allows me to bring one guest with me. But I seem to have made a teensy tiny mistake. I've invited both boys all the way out here to Devil's Rock when I can only take one of them into the wedding. Now, both of these fine fellows are here and want to attend with me, and I just don't know who I should pick.
You mean you two don't have an invitation?
We may not know the Belmores, but we do know this southern magnolia before us. We were brought to Devil's Rock by passion.
I was brought to Devil's Rock by taxi. If you're not using the invitation, perhaps I could take it off your hands?
I don't think so, knucklehead. Miss LaRue is going to need that invitation for when I accompany her. Over my dead body? Have you seen yourself? You're already dead.
These two gentlemen seem pretty heated.
I just hope it doesn't come to blows. I'd be happy to marry either of these gentlemen one day, if only I could choose between them.
If you did end up marrying one of them, would that make your name Tallulah Tallulah?
That's right, and my middle name is Beulah.
my
Rolls right off
goodness.
the tongue, doesn't it?
How are you going to decide who to take to the waltz, Miss LaRue?
I just don't know if I could decide. I think I'll have to leave it to the boys to decide for me.
Choose me, Tallulah. I'm the one who inherited our family's good looks, I assure you. Good looks? Your reflection hides when you walk past a mirror. I have the southern elegance she desires. Elegance? You have all the elegance of a drunken pelican. I believe the lady would be better suited for a man of my sophistication. Sophistication? You have all the sophistication of a rodeo clown. It's my bravery that she needs. Bravery? You'd run away from a June bug. If you think yourself so brave, then we must put it to the test. Brother, I challenge you to a duel. Not if I challenge you first.
Gee, I wouldn't want a duel to take place because of little old me. But if that's how things have to be, let's get the guns on the table, boys.
McCallan, you shall be the adjudicator.
I shall?
I'm glad you've agreed.
What exactly does that entail?
In order for the duel to be fair, an independent third party must load the pistols and declare the victor.
But I've never loaded a pistol before.
Don't worry, McCallan. A donkey with a lobotomy could do it. You have at least half a chance.
Okay.
Okay. Powder shot.
Ramrod.
One at a time, I poured the powder into the muzzle of the pistols. I then dropped the shot into each muzzle. Finally, I patted the contents down with the ramrod.
No pussyfooting around here, boys. I want to see some action. If you miss, you're not the man for me. Fire! Well,
I've been hit. Me too.
In any other situation, this would have been a tragedy, but it quickly became clear that a duel to the death wouldn't be conclusive when the duelists were both already dead.
neither of you missed? Well, sorry, boys, but I think that's a draw. What a terrible waste of everybody's time.
I imagine I need to find some way to make the duel reach a conclusion.
Yeah.
Miss LaRue, would you mind if I borrowed your parasol?
Don't be silly, Murphy. It's a beautiful evening outside. You have no use for it. But I'm sure I can be of help to you if the weather turns sour.
Okay.
Would you like a rematch of the pistol duel?
What a boys!
Okay. Now we do the duel again.
One at a time, I poured the powder into the muzzle of the pistols.
Need a little extra powder.
No, McCallan, you haven't put in the shot.
I then dropped the shot into each muzzle.
Now more powder.
Not that, McCallan.
Come on, let me...
Finally, I patted the contents down with the ramrod.
Not letting you be creative.
Yeah.
Remember, boys, if you miss, you're not the man for me. Fire! Well,
I've been hit. Me too.
neither of you missed? Well, sorry, boys, but I think that's a draw. What a terrible waste of everybody's time.
Good evening, Miss
Why, hello again, Murphy.
Were you friends with Abigail Belmore?
Friends may be a bit of an exaggeration, but I'd seen her around at the debutante balls before she got engaged to that sailor. I mean, really, what was she thinking?
You don't think they should have gotten engaged?
What's the point? Mr. Rackham was an improvement. I do love the powerful.
I best be running along.
Ta-ta for now.
Hello.
Beat it, bud.
Someone friendly.
Hi there.
Keep walking. I don't have time to waste on you.
It was a devilish carving of a satyr, half man, half goat, holding a shield.
Mag, I don't think I've used for anything.
I wondered if the shelves held any books on battling ghostly curses, but that seemed a little too niche.
Exploring the main...
And I hear gunshots through there. It's like being back at Alameda during the war.
What happened there? A battle?
No, my second wedding. The father of the bride didn't appreciate me canoodling with the maid of honor and got all the locals to run me out of town. Talk about a shotgun wedding. You, boy, are you one of the staff? Is the wedding ready to begin?
Ready to begin? Goodness gracious, but I haven't found my Bible.
Sorry, I'm just a guest too. I don't think the wedding's happening until later tonight. Or not at all, if everything went to plan.
Just enough time for another drink, then.
The empty glass was best left where it was. Good evening.
Good evening, my boy. I'm afraid you'll have to speak up. Old army injury, you see. Care to join me for a drink?
Colonel Bloom, how many times must I warn you about your predilection for hard drinking?
It's not hard drinking. It's very easy. What do you say, my boy? You care for a nip?
I probably shouldn't. I'm a little preoccupied at the moment.
Well, don't go saving it for the toast. You'll be waiting decades.
See, this is what I was talking about. This is the kind of ungracious, ungentlemanly behavior that will spell your doom, Colonel.
Stop trying to threaten me with eternal damnation, Foskett. If it was going to happen, it would have happened by now. I'm pretty sure I'm dead at this moment, and I don't see any evidence of women playing harps. Just you harping on at me.
Did you see much action in the army?
I killed 4 men.
From
Nice.
food poisoning, Colonel Bloom's title is an honorary one for services to catering.
The Cattle King is what they called me. I owned farms from New Orleans to Tallahassee. Beef, leather, dairy. It was a roaring trade.
Or at least a mooing one.
Those cows, they were my army. I tell you, everything a man needs can be provided by a good troop of cows.
Herd of cows.
Of course I've heard of cows. I was just talking about them.
What are you drinking, Colonel?
Good hearty rum.
Oh, more rum.
Put fire on your chest and hair in your belly. Oh, wait.
And perhaps it is time to consider whether you have drunk too much of it, Colonel. Or perhaps give it up altogether.
I could easily give up alcohol. I've already done it hundreds of times.
I think you'll find the time between one glass and the next does not count as teetotalism. Perhaps we should be grateful to the Lord that your glass remains empty.
Are you looking forward to the wedding?
I'm looking forward to it being over. In my opinion, being stood up at the altar for 33 years is a pretty bad sign. Not what strong relationships are made of.
And you should know, Colonel. You've only had hundreds of them.
Do you think the bride and groom should be together?
That Rackham's a slimy character, and no mistake. Oh, by God, he's a good businessman. Trickier than a magician's rabbit that's gotten stuck on a particularly difficult crossword puzzle. But all that don't amount to a hill of beans if you're not enjoying life. I don't know whether to hate the guy or envy him.
Both are sins, I think you'll find, Colonel.
And not even the best ones. Do you know what's wrong with society nowadays, Murphy? Drink, guns, and women. There's just not enough time for them all.
Have you ever married, Colonel?
Oh, yes. I've been married for 47 years.
Yes, but to 9 different women.
It still counts.
His shortest marriage was 2 days, and that's only because they couldn't find him to serve the annulment papers.
I ended up in a bordello in East Nevada with half the members of the Albuquerque Militia Marching Band. Best honeymoon I've been on. Some lovely girls.
Lord forgive him, for he knows not what he does.
That's not what the girls were telling me.
Do excuse me. I'll be back.
At your leisure, my boy. I have nowhere to go and nothing to do.
Idle hands are the devil's playthings.
Try idling your mouth for a change, you old curmudgeon.
Good evening.
Hello, my child.
Oh, don't get him going again.
And what is your name?
Murphy McCallan.
Hello, Murphy. I am Father Foskett, spiritual shepherd of St. Juniper's Parish. Have you seen the good book?
I'm not the most religious person, but I have read parts.
No, I mean that rather more literally. I've lost my Bible and have no idea where I put it. Have you seen it?
I haven't, I'm afraid.
Pity.
Are you here for the wedding?
I am officiating the wedding. With everything that's gone on in the house, we must thank God we have someone like me to keep us on a righteous path.
I've been told that Abigail Belmore doesn't really want to marry Rackham. You need to call the wedding off.
We shall stick to the system, young Mr. McCallan. Objections should be heard during the ceremony, not before, when all parties may articulate their feelings on the matter. These things are greater than you and I, you know. Until then, We must treat the wedding as the joyous occasion it is.
What do you think of Abigail Belmore?
A little headstrong, in my opinion, but a lovely young lady. I baptized her, you know. She grabbed my nose as I held her over the font, right up the left nostril. Wouldn't let go until her brothers distracted her with a teddy bear. Still, she's a very caring girl.
Just not two ecclesiastical noses. Have you two gentlemen known each other long?
Gentleman's a stretch.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Foster.
But yes, we've known each other since we were teenagers. We used to be roommates in college. But while I focused on my studies, the Colonel here focused on extracurriculars. I made it my duty to keep him on the straight and narrow path.
And thankfully you haven't done a very good job of it.
Is St. Juniper's your church?
That's right, young man. A beacon of godliness on an otherwise spiritually desolate isle.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think St. Juniper has been taken over by rum runners.
Criminals? In my church? Good God! They must be removed immediately.
Let's not be too hasty. They sound like my type of gentleman. That's the type of church I can see myself attending.
I could do with less of your opinions, thank you. Many things can be preserved in alcohol, Colonel. Dignity is not one of them.
I'm not the most well-read on religion, but shouldn't you be in heaven now?
Gold standard question, my boy.
Well, I'll admit this isn't what I expected.
Perhaps the good book has some missing passages.
I think we can do without your theological input, Colonel.
Is there a way to fix it?
Well, that's precisely what I'm doing, young man, as we speak.
It looks like you're just sitting in an armchair.
You don't see the metaphorical cogs whirring around in my head, the tick and the tock of the thanatological matters in my mind. To the layman, I might appear to be just sitting in an armchair, but in reality, I am studying the Bible, or at least I would be, if I hadn't lost it.
You've lost it, all right.
I like the word thanatological.
Yeah.
Do you think it might be voodoo keeping you here?
Voodoo is nothing but mumbo-jumbo misdirection. I fear we may be in limbo. Some devilish force has interrupted the supernatural order of things.
I think Rackham might be practicing black magic.
That is an extraordinary accusation. I refuse to hear another word of it. He is a God-fearing man who always attends the sailor services, and he has donated generously to the church and my vacation fund. The culprit here is that awful sailor Abigail was going to marry. It is precisely because Miss Belmore's marriage to Mr. John Rackham was interrupted that we are still here. And why we must continue the wedding as planned tonight. It shall be our way out.
I noticed the mounted
I'd best be
animals are
heading off.
blinking.
Oh,
God
I didn't
be
know
with
that.
you.
That's fun.
Pot?
I'd previously seen small pots hung in fireplaces like this contained water in order to humidify the room, especially when tobacco was being smoked. In this case, however, the pot was empty.
Oh, yeah.
That
good
didn't
idea.
work.
Aw.
After my escapades with the fish and its hidden horseshoe, I had had quite enough of taxidermied animals. 4 animal heads protruded from the wall like those painted boards you'd push your head through for a photograph at the seaside. I picked up the vase. From the delicate porcelain and hand-painted ornamentation, it looked like it must have been worth a fortune. Ming Dynasty, perhaps?
Foskett, why is that young man picking up that chamber
Oops.
pot?
I have absolutely no idea.
Or perhaps not.
I am keeping it.
It was an old chamber pot, hopefully thoroughly cleaned. It was a cylindrical record for making sound recordings, covered in a thin layer of black wax. This one was old, worn, and unusable.
Brooch. Got my captain's license.
Mm-hmm.
There's toy. forget if I've actually used this for anything.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I think I had to remove it to do something with the coffin.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, this was the magazine I had. The cover's different because
Yeah.
I tore it off. Let's go to the Grand Hall. I've been to the Grand Hall, yeah.
Oh,
Stepping through the doorway, I found myself in an ethereal black void that stretched in every direction. Draped in green fog, all I could see were staircases floating in all directions, and in the center, an eternally ticking clock. At the center of the void was a clock supernaturally hovering in the air, with a single hand that constantly ticked its way around the face. The clock was too far away to reach. All I could do was watch.
yeah.
Oh, and we're
Is
back.
that little whippersnapper playing on the staircases again?
No, it's not him this time. But how that wayward whelp's mother allows him to run riot through that cursed room baffles me. When it comes to Sebastian Pock, I think King Herod might have had a point.
So maybe Sebastian Pock knows how to get through there.
Yeah. I think King Herod might have been the one that wanted to cut the baby in half.
I think that's correct.
Oh, no, that was King Solomon. King Herod just wanted to kill Jesus.
Yeah.
That's right.
A skeleton, clothed in wedding, glinting in the moonlight, was a wedding ring it still held clasped in its bony fingers.
Bird.
I needed to be outside if I wanted to reach the tree.
Click
A
on
dying
the
tree stood next to the balcony, its branches devoid of leaves, its bark flaking away.
music room.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Hold
okay.
it right there. The dance is about to begin. I shall deal with you afterwards.
Ghost dance?
Oh, dance steps there. Okay. This is definitely a puzzle.
Yes. If we have to, like, get them to knock over the cake, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have to get a piece of cake.
The skill, the movement, the passion. It certainly gets the blood pumping. Now then, do you have an invitation?
So I need an
An
invitation.
invitation?
To the waltz. This celebration is only for wedding guests. We have all manner of help running around the house who certainly aren't invited to the festivities. Imagine the smell. If you want to come in, you'll need to retrieve it. Rules are rules, and it's my job to enforce them. I am Mrs. Elaine Craddock, housekeeper of Belmore Manor. Who are you, anyway?
Murphy McCallan. I'm just a visitor.
Evidently.
The centerpiece of the dance floor was an elaborate wedding cake, sitting on a wheeled cart and towering over the dancers around it. The wedding cake was tempting, but I wasn't getting past the housekeeper without her approval. No amount of force is going to open the door. I was definitely trapped here.
Is there anything new to say?
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, Ezra.
Hello, Murphy.
When you say Southern Belle from Hell, do you mean Tallulah?
That's her, the Black Widow of the Bayou.
What's wrong with her?
Well, she has a reputation, doesn't she?
A reputation for what?
Murder.
Tallulah is a murderess?
Now, don't be getting me caught up in a slander suit, but behind those demure, lush cheeks is the mind of an absolute psychopath. She's been engaged 3 times. Each of her fiancés died in ridiculous circumstances.
Did she murder them for money?
That can't even be the motive. You'd think she'd go ahead and marry them, so all their worldly goods become each other's, right? But her family's already got more money than honeybees got buzz. And she finishes them off before they've even booked a venue. I think she just does it for the thrill.
Someone should really tell her about wing walking. I should get going.
See you around, Murphy.
You should tell me about wing walking. What does that mean?
Like walking on the wing of a plane.
Oh, okay.
It's something they do at like aerial stunt shows,
Uh-huh.
or they did back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a modern concern.
It was a painting of the gazebo I recognized from the cliff top.
Sebastian.
Yep.
Hello, Sebastian. I heard some of the other ghosts talking about a boy playing in the staircase room. That was you, wasn't it?
Sure was. How did you know?
In truth, the description of wayward whelp was the giveaway. But as long as Sebastian knew something I didn't, I needed to contain my annoyance. Lucky guess. Do you know how to get through the staircase room?
Oh, sure. I know every route in this house. You've got to be as good at hide and seek as I am. I bet I could beat you without even leaving this room.
Sebastian, I really need to get through the staircase room. Could you tell me how to do it?
Well, are you any good at hide and seek?
Excuse me?
Because I could tell you how to get through the staircase room. If you can beat me, hider or seeker, I'd beat you at either.
Mm-hmm.
You hide, I'll seek.
Great. Eyes closed and count 5 Mississippis. I won't even leave the room.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Ready or not, here I come. Gazing into the portrait's eyes sent a shudder through me, and I realized it must have been a portrait of Rackham. His eyes looked back, almost as if he were scowling right at me. Clearly, the artist had managed to imbue the brush.
Boo!
Oh,
It's behind the curtain.
Too easy. I just wish this was more of a challenge.
Hello, Sebastian.
Back for a rematch?
You seek, I'll hide.
You're on. 1 Mississippi.
Hiding inside a locked chest might have been fine for a ghost, but as
3
long as I cherished
Mississippi.
staying alive, I wasn't climbing
4
inside.
Mississippi.
I was far too big to fit behind the curtain.
Ready or not?
Gazing into the
Here I come.
clearly the
Found you.
Goody for you.
Didn't do a
You
great
didn't
job
even
hiding.
Make it hard. Maybe I should hide next time.
Thick red curtains hung loosely in front of the circular window.
I like how the adventure game doesn't have
Hello,
time for his
Sebastian.
inner monologue.
Yeah.
For a rematch?
You hide, I'll seek.
Great. Eyes closed and count 5 Mississippis. I won't even leave the room.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Ready or not, here I come.
Okay. Just, the trunk is shut now.
Mm-hmm.
What is that, a trick? Oh, I assume there's probably something we have to do.
Yeah. I suspect that. as
Are
well.
you behind the curtain?
Yeah, it'll probably be whichever one you don't pick.
Yeah.
Better luck next time. Another win for me.
You have to give him something that like makes noise or something.
Yeah.
Hello, Sebastian.
Back for a rematch?
You must be cheating.
How could I cheat?
I don't know, you're a ghost. Can't you dematerialize or something?
This isn't a bedtime story, you know. I may be a ghost, but I still touch things just like you.
See you around, kid.
Bye.
So he still touches things, just like me. That
Yeah.
might be.
Oh yeah.
The trunk was empty.
Maybe we can also, like, get something on his hands.
There was nothing behind the curtains. The door was locked.
You might be onto something with the fact that the trunk was closed after
The
you
door was
started
locked.
looking.
Try that.
Hello, Sebastian.
Back for a rematch?
You hide, I'll seek.
Great. Eyes closed and count 5 Mississippis. I won't even leave the room.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Ready or not, here I come.
Yeah.
Boo!
Yeah, I'll probably need something else.
Yeah.
Again? You're just embarrassing yourself now.
Too bad he's a ghost kid, so you can't beat him up.
I couldn't do that.
Can't beat up children when they're ghosts.
Yeah. Cordelia.
Hey, Cordelia.
Oh, hello again, Mr. McCallan.
Where do these doors behind me go?
The middle door goes up to the cupola, but the key's been lost ever since Master Cecil died. There's not much up there from what I remember, just old sheets, linens, and lace.
And the door on the right?
That's where the parlor witch lives.
Oh.
Did you say a witch lives in the house?
Oh, yes. Didn't you know? Mr. Rackham isn't the only one said to delve into the supernatural. Perhaps poor little Abigail was just an innocent, caught in the middle of Mr. Rackham's and her brother's dark dealings.
Who is she? Is she still there now?
I should think so. The Belmores brought her to the house not long before they disappeared, though after moving into the house, she was never seen again. No one ever goes in, and no one ever comes out. I don't even think Mrs. Craddock can get in there.
Thank you for your help.
Goodbye, Mr. McCallan.
The door was locked. The door was locked.
Music, cake, ring.
Veil.
Veil, I don't know. Don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the only one we haven't come across yet.
Yeah.
I assessed whether the railing would be safe to climb. With the slippery ironwork and crumbling masonry, the answer was obviously no. But I didn't have the luxury of safety. Here goes nothing.
Oh, I can. Didn't try before.
Yeah.
Hauling myself onto the roof from the ornamental railings, I realized there was no easy path to get higher. The roof tiles ranged from loose and dangerous to soggy and dangerous. Either way, I wasn't going to be able to climb them. As I approached the lightning rod, I started to feel the hair on the back of my neck standing up.
There it goes.
That was a close one. Fortunately, the lightning bolt had hit the lightning rod instead of me, breaking it from its socket and sending the rod tumbling to the ground below. There was nothing I could do with the empty socket. I definitely didn't have the natural balance needed to walk across the cable unaided. I didn't want to break the cable.
It's like help with balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't going to work. It looked like someone had already intended to start fixing the roof. I looked inside the toolbox and took the only thing it held, a rusty old pair of pliers.
Mm-hmm.
It was an old pair of pliers, covered in rust but just about usable. I didn't want to... Whoever left the toolbox on the roof may have known what they were doing with the socket, but I certainly didn't. There was no way to reach the weather vane, but despite that, I noticed something curious. No matter which way the wind blew, the weather vane stayed fixed in position.
Mm.
It was an iron weather vane in the shape of a mermaid. A piece of rusted drain pipe had detached from the roof. From down on the balcony, the drain pipe was unreachable. It was the cupola, the highest point of Belmore Manor, with windows looking out in each direction. I couldn't see an easy way up to the cupola. Now wasn't the time for a nap. It was a grand four-poster bed with a carving of a single rose on its canopy. I decided to keep the feather duster hidden from Cordelia for now.
Just trying to do her job.
It was an old chamber pot, hopefully thoroughly cleaned. It was the ornate brooch I'd had cleaned at the jeweler's, now glimmering in the light. It was a lone glass sitting on the coffee table. It certainly hadn't been holding coffee. I had nothing else to say to the Colonel. Good evening, Father Foskett.
Hello again, my child.
Where does that staircase room go?
That room is a place of sin.
What happened in there?
When Miss Belmore spurned her original fiancé, that is the route he took to the garden balcony where he hanged himself.
That's terrible.
A terrible sin. Belmore Manor has evil magic coursing through it. I lay at least partial blame on that deplorable act. That room is filled with nothing but impassable evil. It is as though the house itself refuses passage to the bewitched balcony.
Do you know how I can get through the staircase room?
Certainly not. If you had any sense, you would stay out of there. The only person I've seen messing about in there is the page boy. I know that the Lord sends things to challenge us, but even the devil himself would take up early retirement if made to babysit that little monster. Goodness knows where he's gone now, though. I suppose we should all thank God for the respite.
I found Sebastian upstairs in a trunk.
Oh, Lord protect us. The latch must have popped back open.
I best be heading off.
God be with you.
I couldn't do that. The trophy room was warmed by the fireplace, within which hung a small brass pot. I'd previously seen small pots hung in fireplaces like this contained water in order to humidify the room, especially when tobacco was being smoked. In this case, however, the pot was empty.
Have you gone into the basement there?
Oh,
to the right?
Oh, no, I haven't. I didn't notice that. There's another place to check out.
Good evening, Miss LaRue.
Why, hello again, Murphy.
I heard you've been engaged before, Tallulah?
Only a few times. What can I say? I'm just unlucky when it comes to love.
Who was your first fiancé?
Buford T. Vanderbilt, the Silver Fingers of the Silver Lakes. Played the banjo every day except Tuesday, and would serenade me as I stood on the plantation balcony, until he was found with banjo wire around his neck, garroted by his own instrument. Do you know when banjo songs sound their best?
I don't think I do.
When they're over.
Who was your second fiancé?
Chuck Charleston III, famed
I think I know
alligator
how
wrestler. That is, until he overdosed on cough medicine an hour before his wrestling show and fell asleep on the riverbank. Ended up as 16 separate pieces inside the gator's belly. That alligator never developed a cough, though.
Who was your third fiancé?
Thaddeus Winthrop Jr., the maestro of Mardi Gras, held the biggest fireworks display this side of Montgomery. But who knows what his suit was washed in, because one stray spark and the man was up in flames like a creme brulee. Talk about going out with a bang. Now I've just got to keep an eye out for who'll be the next object of my affections.
I best be running along.
Ta-ta for now.
It was a seductive carving of a lamia, half woman, half snake, holding a shield.
You wonder if the fact that these two statues are like kind of behind the guys when they Shoot. Plays into something.
Yeah. Got some casks here.
Yeah.
Walking into the cellar, I was hit by the pungent smell of rotting wood and mildew. 3 decades without upkeep hadn't been kind to this section of the house, and it was now knee-deep in floodwater. The wine racks were largely bare. What few bottles remained were cracked and empty.
I need
Wine
alcohol.
racks adorned each wall of the cellar. Belmore Manor must have been quite the spirited place once upon a time. It was a switch that appeared to control the barrel lift. I flipped the switch, but nothing happened. It seemed the barrel lift lacked power. The fuse box was affixed to the wall. With all the damp in the cellar, I questioned how safe it was.
Okay.
It was a small paper label used to mark which fuse was which. The label read, magnetic carriage, theater rotation, orrery track, barrel lift, electrograph, lightning rods, ground.
Mm.
The wire had corroded into the fuse box. I couldn't budge it with my hands. Ground.
Yeah.
I pulled at the wire with the pliers and managed to dislodge it from the fuse box.
Yeah.
I hooked up the lightning rod wire to the socket, but with the lightning rod broken, I wasn't going to get any power.
We got candles.
I took the handful of candles from on top of the fuse box. It was a handful of black candles.
Okay. We can maybe use that with this.
Oh, yeah.
I needed to think of something else.
Probably melted in the fire.
Mhm,
But I don't know
yeah.
if I need to.
Knowing the type of animals that lived in the murky water on this island, there was no way I was stepping into the floodwater.
Murphy, you've got to be bolder, man.
Yes. You worried about Mephistopheles?
Wine racks adorned each
He's got to
wall of the
reappear.
cellar.
He needs a new
Belmore
owner.
Manor
That's
must have
true,
been
yeah.
quite the spirited place once upon a time. It was an electric machine used to raise and lower barrels from the floor of the cellar to a hatch up at ground level.
Nice.
I dropped the candles into the empty pot hanging in the fireplace. They soon began to melt and bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble.
Goodness gracious! That isn't more satanic sorcery, is it?
I'm sorry, I was just quoting Macbeth.
Well, don't.
Carefully, I dipped the record into the molten candle wax. Once pulled out, the thin layer of wax rapidly cooled, leaving me with a blank, reset record.
Nice.
Ezra, I reset the record.
Nice one, Murphy. Drop it in the recording machine and I can play a piece for you to record. An Ezra Hughes exclusive.
I placed the freshly reset record back on the recording machine. Excuse me, Ezra, could you play the wedding march?
A request? Sure thing, Murphy.
Thank you very much. I clicked off the machine and picked up the newly recorded record.
Okay. One down, I think.
Yeah.
It's definitely getting trickier as the...
Yeah.
I placed the record into the phonograph. Still, without a horn, it wasn't going to play.
Oh, we still need a horn.
But no, we don't have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to steal the kernels.
Yeah, I bet that's it. Maybe trade some booze or something.
Yeah. We need to power the barrel lift. We need to...
I was wondering if maybe I could use something to replace
Yeah,
that, like, poker. That might be...
that's true.
With a spark of inspiration that worried even me, I decided to test whether I could improvise a replacement for the lightning rod, breaking all manner of building codes in the process.
That was fast.
Nice.
Okay. We got the barrel lift going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we need to, I guess, clear the water out somewhere.
Yeah.
I thought it best to leave Cordelia to her work.
Okay. Figure out some way to follow the ghost boy.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing. I wanted to see if we could like find a Bible in the library.
Oh yeah, good idea.
The bookshelves are filled with tomes on every subject I could imagine. Astronomy to music, numerology to zoology, each with faded spines and dusty covers. The bookshelves are filled with tomes. I wondered if the shelves held any books on battling ghostly curses, but that seemed a little too niche.
I assume we'll need the parasol for something.
Yeah, I was wondering.
With a
There's,
surge of electricity from the lightning strike,
that
the
portrait
barrel
in the
lift came to
trophy room
life,
of someone balancing with a
disappearing into the
parasol.
water, then
Oh,
rising
yeah.
up to the
We
hatch
use it
above.
to.
So this was how they loaded barrels in and
Yeah,
out of the
good
cellar.
thinking.
I needed to use the switch to operate the barrel lift. I flipped the switch and the barrel lift ground to a
Okay.
halt. I needed to use the switch to operate the barrel lift. It was an electric machine used to raise and lower barrels from the floor of the cellar to a hatch up at ground level.
I thought you could use
It was
like
an
walk
electric
across.
machine
Yeah.
used to raise and lower barrels.
What I was. Maybe like get me up to there.
Uh-huh.
Decades of abandonment had taken their toll on the now flooded cellar. The fuse box was affixed to the wall, with all the damp. It was a small paper label used to mark orrery track, theater rotation, magnetic carriage, electrograph. Knowing the erratic surges of electricity that must have been flowing through the wire into the barrel lift, I decided it was wiser not to do any more rewiring.
I take it as a sign that I don't need to pick up anything else here.
Yeah. Did seem like you click on the bottles on the right of the screen.
Yeah, I think he just says the same.
Oh, okay.
Wine racks adorned each wall of the cellar.
Yeah.
Belmore Manor must have been quite the spirited place once upon a time.
And if I left click, it seems like he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Probably because he can't get over there.
Yeah. Okay.
The wine racks were largely bare. What few bottles remained were cracked and empty. I flipped the switch and the barrel lift started up again.
Man, idea.
I flipped the switch and the barrel lift ground to a halt. With extraordinary fortune, the porcelain chamber pot fitted neatly
it goes
into the
underwater.
decorative ironwork
So
of
I'm
the
thinking
barrel.
maybe we could use this to like slowly drain.
Yeah.
I flipped the switch and the barrel lift started up again. Held by the barrel lift, the chamber pot plunged beneath the surface, scooping up the milky floodwater, then carrying it to the ground level hatch above. With time, the jury-rigged machine began bailing the cellar like a sailor trying to save a sinking dinghy.
Nice.
Time passes. No, AI viewers. All right. Yeah, access to the rest of the basement.
Wine racks adorned each wall. The wine racks were largely bare. What few bottles remained were cracked and empty. There was nothing large that I needed to move. It was a hand truck, used for shuffling the barrels around the cellar.
Well, this looks suspicious.
It was a Brobdingnagian barrel that put all the other barrels to shame.
What?
It was a Brobdingnagian barrel that put all the other barrels to shame.
Don't know the term.
Brobdingnagian.
I turned the spigot, and rum began to pour out. If I wanted some, I needed something to carry it in.
Still have a bottle.
We had some kind of vessel.
With the bottle positioned beneath it, I turned the spigot. The grotesque face began spewing out rum like it was 2 a.m. on Bourbon Street. The cellar was lined with barrel after barrel. The Belmores must have known how to party.
Right, the barrel left.
Yes.
Now that I had my contraption working, I thought I'd leave the barrel lift running, just in case the cellar started to flood again.
He does not want to ride the barrel lift.
No.
Okay. So give him some rum. I assume we also want to use it on the plant.
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to remember. There's some sort of thing we needed alcohol
Yeah.
for. That was the plant.
Can I top you off, Colonel?
Oh, excellent. What do you have there?
Belmore rum, aged 33 years.
Wonderful. Fill her up. I much prefer rum to that hoity-toity champagne they serve. Rum is a man's drink. I'll save this for the toast later.
Do you think that's a good idea, Colonel?
I certainly do. You know, Foskett, I've had about enough of your sanctimonious prattling. I try to sit here and enjoy myself, and all I hear is the droning of a long-winded clergyman.
I'm not droning. You just don't like to face the truth. My sanctimonious prattling, as you so ungratefully call it, is all that stands between your unrighteous life and a subsequent consignment to the fiery gates.
You know, that must be it. It's a revelation, an epiphany. All these years I've been thinking I've been in limbo, wondering why I haven't moved on to the pearly gates or the raging fires, and now I've realized.
What have you realized?
I must be in hell right now, and listening to you is my torture. Well, that's it. I can't bear any more.
There we go.
Oh.
There! Now I can't hear a word
There
you
you
say.
go.
Infantile.
Well, I should certainly hope she does.
So now we're one down.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Need to go get more rum.
Yeah.
Oh, my one's the wrong way.
Oops.
I refilled the bottle, but as the rum neared its neck, the flow turned to dribbles. That must have been the last of it.
Oh no.
So if we find a third alcohol puzzle,
Yeah.
we're in trouble.
Yeah.
I emptied the rum onto the thorns and waited. There was only one rose left. I needed to be more delicate than ripping it out of the flower bed. Delicately, I cut the stem and picked up the last rose in the house. With a bit of improvisation, I have fixed the ear trumpet to the phonograph in place of the broken horn. Now I just needed the remaining wedding items before I started it up. I placed the rose in the vase. There were 3 items left.
Okay.
Cake, ring, and veil.
Yeah.
So we probably need the invitation for the cake.
Yes. For the ring, I think we need to catch the ghost boy at hide and seek.
Mm-hmm.
He tells us how to get through the staircase room. And that gets us to the balcony where
Yeah.
the sailor is. The ring. Veil.
It was a
I'm
bridal veil
not
made
sure
of
about.
delicate,
Yeah.
intricately
So
woven
I
lace.
think the maid said there were a bunch of like linens and stuff in the
Yeah.
cupola. So maybe we get the umbrella.
Yeah. And walk across the...
Yeah. Follow that way.
So which means I think we need to like sabotage the duel in some way that makes them both miss, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like it'll let you manipulate one gun but not the other.
Yeah.
It's usually when you've exhausted dialogue with NPCs, it'll let
Would you
you
like
know.
a rematch of the
Yeah.
pistol duel?
But
What a
with in
wonderful
regards to the colonel,
idea.
there's even a
Boys,
diegetic reason.
Guns
Yeah.
on the table. Murphy, load 'em up.
Maybe try doing like the wrong
Instructions
order.
read: powder, shot, ramrod, aim, fire.
So maybe try the bullets first and then the powder.
Not yet,
Oh,
Callum.
okay.
You need to start with the powder.
Okay. Sounds like maybe you have to substitute something then.
Yeah.
What?
That wasn't going to work. Nope. I needed to think of something else. I didn't want to make a hole in that. I didn't want to make a hole in that. Nope.
Interesting, I still have this.
Yeah.
Think about the first spell I cast.
Yeah. With the gree.
Mm-hmm. I still have that too.
Yeah.
That would have been better used on the pistols. That would have been better used on the pistols.
Not yet, Macallan. You need to start with the powder.
I didn't need to dust that. I didn't have time for housework. On the table lay 2 flintlock pistols belonging to the twins. I didn't need to pick up the pistols except to load them. The instructions read, powder, shot, ramrod, aim, fire. That wasn't going to work.
And you did mention the statues behind each one with a shield that might have something to do with it too.
I didn't need to pick up the pistol. That would have been better used on the pistols.
Or if we were trying to
That would have been better used on the pistols. One at a time, I poured the powder into the muzzle of the pistols. The button magnet was exactly the right size for the barrel of each pistol, but it would have become a bullet itself if I'd loaded it inside. The button magnet was exactly the right size for the barrel of each pistol, but it would have become a bullet itself if I'd loaded it inside.
That's almost certainly a clue.
Yeah.
I then dropped the shot into each muzzle. The button magnet was exactly the right size for the barrel of each pistol, but it would have become a bullet itself if I'd loaded it inside. Finally, I patted the contents down with the ramrod.
Remember, boys, if you miss, you're not the man for me. Fire! Well?
I've been hit. Me too.
Oh, neither of you missed? Well, sorry, boys, but I think that's a draw. What a terrible waste of everybody's time.
It was a seductive carving of a lamia, half woman, half snake, holding a shield. That wasn't going to work. Nope. I didn't need to wear the brooch, and obviously its red stone wouldn't suit my jade complexion.
Obviously.
I didn't want to make a hole in that.
I think the magnet's related somehow.
Yeah.
That wasn't going to work. Would you like a
What a wonderful boy!
The button magnet was exactly the right size for the barrel of each pistol, but it would have become a bullet itself if I'd loaded it inside. The button magnet... Nope. Stealthily, I took the button magnet from my pocket and fixed it to the end of the ramrod, With its small size, it could barely be spotted.
Okay, so
Nice.
One
Okay,
at a
that'll
time,
pull the
I poured
bullets
the powder
out.
into the muzzle of the pistols.
Nice.
I then dropped the shot into each muzzle. Finally, I patted the contents down with the ramrod. When the ramrod emerged, the magnet I'd attached brought the shot with it. With the prestidigitation of a magician, I dropped it discreetly back into the shot tub. To anyone else, the pistols appeared to be properly loaded.
Remember, boys, if you miss, you're not the man for me. Fire!
You missed. You missed too.
You both missed. Are you sure the pistol's fired?
I don't see any bullet holes. The pistols must not have been loaded
Oh,
properly.
okay.
Come on, Murphy, this is important. We're not playing games here.
So that's probably
My
what-
mistake. I'll load them correctly
shields.
next time. It seemed that without bullet holes, my sabotage wasn't going to work.
maybe this.
Yeah.
Inspired by the pistol duel, a plan began to form in my head. With 2 wooden carvings on either side of the room, I could bore a rough hole in each of them. My, look at the carving. All wooden and carved and wooden.
He's automatically doing
Yeah.
it. I was wondering what would happen if we set it up
Yes,
so
these
that.
Yeah.
certainly are some of the most
Only one
carved pieces
brother.
of wood I've ever had the privilege of seeing.
Trying to play it cool. Probably don't want to draw attention to
Yeah.
yourself while
When I was
doing
finished, they
vandalism.
looked passably like bullet holes.
Okay.
Would you like a rematch of the pit?
What a wonderful... Boys, go...
Man, it's not there. At least it's not in my inventory.
Yeah.
One at a time, I poured... I then dropped the shot into each muzzle. Finally, I patted the contents down with the ramrod and once again palmed the shot.
It's a man of
Remember,
many skills.
boys, if you miss, you're not the man for me. Fire!
I'm not hit. Well, neither am I.
You both missed. Are you sure the pistol's fired?
Look, there's a bullet hole in the carving. And in the carving over there.
So what does that mean? Who lost?
Looks like you both did.
Then who's going to accompany Miss LaRue?
I think the lady's words were, if you miss, you're not the man for me.
But we both missed.
He's right. If you're both losers, I can't take either
Oh,
of you to the
no.
wedding. I'm not dating a man that can't shoot straight.
Tallulah, we can talk about this. Give us another chance.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up. Here, Murphy. You can have this. I won't be needing it anymore.
Invitation.
It was an invitation card for the Belmore Manor wedding.
All right, who should our guest be?
Yeah. It'd probably have to be a ghost.
Yes.
Miss LaRue, would you mind if I borrowed your parasol?
Don't be silly, Murphy. It's a beautiful evening outside.
Didn't you see the lightning?
A parasol's to protect you from the sun, silly. Carry this out in a lightning storm and you might... Actually, go right ahead and take it.
That's
You
good.
have fun.
Oh, fun.
The glint in her eye sent a shiver through me.
Just put that in your
Yep.
vest. I see the picture of the parasol there
Yeah.
in the wire.
was
Nice little
wa-
clue there.
I was wondering if we were gonna have to make it look like the weather was bad.
Yeah, I
with
was-
the parasol, but
I was thinking that too.
Good
Instead,
evening,
I-
Mrs. Craddock.
appeal to her murderous
Are you
instincts.
still
Yes.
here?
You need to stop the wedding.
I shall do no such thing. The preparations have begun on the order of Mr. Rackham himself, and I shall see to it personally that his wishes are carried out.
But he wasn't the original groom. He's an imposter.
Another word like that, and I shall have you escorted out of the house.
Good luck trying. I seem to be rather supernaturally stuck here.
Mr. Rackham is a fine man. Motivated, determined, ambitious, rich, and roguishly delectable. Precisely the type of person a well-to-do debutante like Miss Belmore should be marrying.
Not if she doesn't love him.
Love is not important amongst families of blue blood. What matters is lineage, inheritance, and continuity. That last-minute change of heart she had last time was the best decision she ever made. She'll be far better off with Mr. Rackham than she would be with a sailor.
She sputtered the word with such disgust I half expected her to scrub herself clean afterwards.
I mean, really, what was he going to do for her? Fetch her a fish supper, clear the decks, and sing the sailor's hornpipe? Do you get a funny feeling when your wealth keeps on depleting? You should never marry sailors when your funds run low.
There are some who think Rackham has duplicitous intentions.
The green-eyed monster. Mr. Rackham is exactly what is needed to get this household back on the straight and narrow.
What do you mean?
I don't like to speak ill of the dead.
Especially now that you're one of them?
Indeed. But I'm afraid that the Belmore brothers were becoming increasingly unusual before their disappearances. Their interests veered away from the economic and turned towards the esoteric. And now look where we are.
You think the Belmore brothers caused you all to be trapped in the house?
Perhaps not directly, but their decisions certainly led to it. To find out the Belmore brothers were inviting sinners into this house when I gave this household the best years of my life.
And the best years of your afterlife now.
I am a servant to serving, but even I have limits.
When you talk about sinners in the house, do you mean the parlor witch?
Don't even mention her. Why the Belmores thought to bring her into this house is beyond me. Oh, thank goodness we have Father Foskett trapped with us to keep this house holy.
Where
yeah, we
is
still
the
need that
parlor
Bible.
witch?
Yeah.
Now don't go seeking her out. You'll only regret it. We barely ever see her, but she's up there in one of the locked rooms, tainting the entire household. I found some of her black candles one day, you know. Who knows what she did with them? Voodoo spells and magic rituals. I confiscated them and put them on top of the fuse box in the cellar.
Oh, okay.
At least if there's a power surge, they can do some good for a change.
Okay, already use those.
I've heard Rackham deals in the occult as well.
What poppycock! Mr. Rackham is a good, honest, hard-working man. The cure for the ailments of this house. Which is why we are cursed to remain here. And it is why a good, honest marriage between Mr. Rackham and Miss Belmore will finally allow us to move on. Just as I wish to do with this entire subject of conversation.
Please, could you let me in to see the waltz?
Certainly not.
You know, you're the second person tonight that won't let me in somewhere. I'm beginning to take this personally.
The guests at this wedding are titans of industry and jewels of the aristocracy. Industrialists from Chicago, magnates from Philadelphia, dukes from England.
Jeff's ancestors.
And you are?
A now unemployed auditor from Yonkers.
Precisely.
How long have you worked at Belmore Manor?
I've been here since the final finial finished off the cupola. Before even the Belmores themselves moved in, I was getting this house ready for them. It is a position I was bred for. I may not have blue blood, but I should think it's at least a shade of plum. I spent 17 years at some of the most prestigious all-girls schools, you see, followed by training in Blenheim Palace for 3 years, and subsequent coveted positions with some of the finest families in England.
Well, I'm glad you managed to escape all that and come here.
I can quote you Mrs. Beeton's book of household management in my sleep.
It was an interesting offer, but I couldn't think of any situation where I'd need that, short of terminal insomnia. You must know Belmore Manor quite well.
Like the back of my hand. Built between 1885 and 1888 in a mixture of antebellum and Victorian styles, and designed by the Belmore brothers themselves. Until, of course, they disappeared after living here only a year.
Why did they decide to build it on Devil's Rock?
Well, the island is exceptionally well placed for trade between the United States, Europe, and the Caribbean. When the Belmore brothers were looking to relocate, it was Mr. Rackham who recommended Devil's Rock. It's just a pity about the name.
You speak very highly of Mr. Rackham.
The Belmore brothers may have had expertise in exploration, innovation, and public relations, but it was Mr. Rackham that pulled those three threads together into the beautiful business tapestry that benefits us all.
Do you know anything about the treasure of Belmore Manor?
The stuff of whimsy. The Belmore family had their capital invested in stocks and bonds, not hoarded in a heap like some fairy tale dragon. And don't even think about snooping around the house looking for anything, or I shall have you removed from the premises. If anyone would know of a secret treasure hidden in this house, it would be me.
Thank you for your help.
Goodbye.
You know, it's funny, I completely forgot I had the invitation on me the whole time. It's these vest pockets. They're much bigger than they look. Seriously, you wouldn't believe the number of things I've been carrying around with me tonight.
You have an invitation?
Including fish guts.
Mm-hmm. That's what the smell is.
Yes.
It'd be rude not to show my face.
Are you absolutely sure about that? I'm sure our guests could survive without beholding the sight of your singular visage. You see, as the housekeeper, it is my job to ensure that only guests of the highest class are in attendance.
How kind of you to think so highly of me.
Look, just don't try burping the alphabet or announcing when you're going to the lavatory.
The wedding guests had gathered around the dance floor waiting for the next waltz to start. They stood with that distinctly stiff restraint that seemed to afflict all the upper classes.
Big cake.
I didn't need to involve myself in supernatural small talk. I had a love antidote to make. 4 pairs of dancers had taken their places on the dance floor. The dancers were too far away to talk to. The centerpiece of the dance floor was an elaborate wedding cake, sitting on a wheeled cart and towering over the dancers around it.
Please keep clear of the dance floor!
Oh, I can't have some cake.
Yeah. Want it. I got a sweet tooth.
Yeah. You have a Will Arnett from the Twisted
Walking
Metal
around
TV
the
show?
upstairs
Yes.
mezzanine, I found myself in a small balcony overlooking the dance floor, where a tabletop of placards had been set out. At the side, a board marked dance steps looked like it would hold the placards in a chosen order, directing the dance below. All I had to do was set it up, then ring the bell. It was a stiff placard with the name of a dance step painted on its face. Progress. It was a stiff placard with the name of a dance step painted on its face. Joyette.
Progress. 2 Joyettes.
2 Viennas,
Yes.
2 carousels, and a promenade.
Yeah. Just like figure out what each thing is.
Sure, yeah.
Progress. Joyettes. Yes. So. Them carousel's probably like spinning.
Uh-huh. Oh.
The dancers moved around the dance floor like clockwork soldiers, directed by the moves on the board, and with their movements, the cart holding the wedding cake could be pushed around too.
Okay, and it resets back to the middle.
Yeah.
I wonder if each is a direction then?
Maybe, yeah.
The board had 8 slots and there was already a card in that slot.
Trying to switch them, Murphy. Come on. I wonder if I leave and come back. But we'll...
It'll reset.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Nope.
I wonder if you have to enter all the steps or if you can just dance with the few steps.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
So Joyette moved them down.
Yeah.
Again, I seem to move them back. Yep, that's my move.
There was already a car.
Come up.
That wouldn't work.
Okay.
Oh,
so we
okay. I have to
rebuilt the
have a
house.
full 8 steps. Okay. I think you got the first 3 steps right.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe progress.
Yeah.
Carousel. Not queen save. I think we need to move it out with one of the dancers closer to it.
Yeah.
Pete. Switch Viennese with a Joyette.
Yeah.
Maybe Joyette Vene. It's carousel.
Yeah.
There was already.
We're gonna let you swap them.
Such a stick in the
The
mud.
only thing I could do with it.
Try. I wonder if you know, like, ballroom dance is probably a much easier.
Yeah. I was tempted to just go look
Yeah.
up the vocabulary. Nice. Get out of here, cake.
Get me some cake.
Heading down from the mezzanine, I saw what I was after. The cake cart had been pushed off the dance floor and into reach. If Mrs. Craddock saw me cutting the cake, I was pretty sure I'd end up being the next thing the knife was used on.
Okay.
To distract her.
We can't use rum.
Yeah, we're all out of rum.
I couldn't do that.
Can't winch up the tape.
I didn't need to blow on that.
Don't blow the cake.
I had nothing else to say to her.
Seem to be lifting her.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is time.
If Mrs. Craddock's... While Mrs. Craddock rubbed her temples,
Okay.
I had
There you
a
go.
moment of
Nice.
opportunity. I knew I wasn't supposed to cut the cake if I wasn't the groom, but these were unusual circumstances.
Did you just touch the wedding cake?
Certainly not. I was just admiring it.
I should hope so. If I catch you with so much as a crumb on your fingers, you will be in serious trouble.
Already in serious trouble.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Get in line, lady.
Yeah. Got so many ghosts pissed off at me. We got another.
Yeah.
There was nothing I could do with the table.
There you go.
I placed the wedding cake on the dresser. There were 2 items left.
Ring and a veil.
No way this could go bad, right?
Yeah.
As a child, I'd once watched a traveling circus act calling himself the Great Balancerio amble his way across a high wire with only a parasol to keep him steady. With absolutely zero practice and infinitely more chance of death, it was now my turn to try it. Oh well, here goes.
Now time for the balance minigame.
Yeah.
It's like in Sherlock.
It's like in Dench Attack.
Yeah.
Or yeah, in Sherlock.
That one Sherlock game.
Yes. That was the Devil's Daughter.
Bunch of mini games like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Distribute my weight. W and D.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
there
there goes the parasol.
Oh, that was a close one. While I may have lost the parasol, I did have one thing on Balancerio. I accomplished my stunt without having to wear a leotard.
No showing off those gams. A drain
A piece
pipe.
of rusted drain pipe had detached from the roof. The drain pipe had twisted and now pointed straight up to the sky, empty of everything but moss.
Oh, cobwebs.
I wouldn't say I have many phobias, but spiders are definitely one of them. And after hearing about the size of the spiders living in the bayou, I wasn't about to start touching the spider webs with my bare hands.
You got just the thing.
There you go, yeah.
Using the feather duster, I began sweeping away the spiders and their webs from a
What happened if
relatively
you
safe
came up here
distance.
without the duster?
I think you can go down and probably unlock the door.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so now I have.
It was a feather duster made out of ragged black ostrich
okay.
feathers, now covered in the remnants of spider webs.
That's probably for something.
It was a marble bust. The face reminded me of a man I used to buy milk from. From the neck up, he looked like an Italian nobleman. From the neck down, he'd wear denim dungarees and nothing else. It probably wasn't the same guy. It was a marble bust. Now that it was free of spiders, I opened the trunk. Searching through the trunk, I found blankets, bedding, tablecloths, and tucked up in the corner, a delicate lace veil.
Okay, I just need the ring.
Yeah.
Looking through the telescope, all I could see was a blur. I soon realized why. A telescope without a lens wasn't going to be much use.
Okay.
A telescope was pointed out the open window, looking out over the bayou.
I can only assume the ring is a reference to the greatest adventure game ever made.
Oh, yes.
I couldn't
This
do
is
that.
the one with Albrecht?
Yes. Based on the play by
It was a wooden
Wagner.
globe, very clearly decaying from years of exposure to the moist Louisianan air. The globe looked more decorative than functional, like a chihuahua with a bow tie. It was a feather duster made out of ragged black ostrich feathers, now covered in the remnants of spider webs.
Oh, yep. Nice.
I placed the veil on the dresser. There was just one item left.
Just talk to that punk kid.
Yeah. Eat the child.
Yes. Wipe that grin off his face.
I didn't have time for housework. I didn't need to dust that.
This is
Huh. I thought it would be. Damn.
The trunk was empty. That wasn't going to work. I needed to think of something else. The twine would be more useful to me intact.
Well, we could have gotten him drunk.
I needed to
Yes.
think of something else. That didn't work. It was a feather duster made out of ragged black ostrich feathers, now covered in the remnants of spider webs. I didn't need to dust that. That wasn't going to work.
You want a
I
duster?
didn't think he'd be interested in that.
Want a knife?
Yeah.
Love
I
knives.
didn't think he'd be
Oh.
interested in that.
Kids love weapons.
Yeah.
I didn't think he'd be interested. I thought I'd keep that to myself. Nope.
You could jam the lock.
I needed to think of something else.
Mhm.
I needed to think of something else. Hello, Sebastian.
Back for a rematch?
You hide, I'll seek.
Great. Eyes closed and count 5 Mississippis. I won't even leave the room.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Ready or not, here I come. Are you behind the curtain?
Boo! Too easy. I just wish this was more of a challenge.
That could work, but I needed to make sure the boy couldn't see me do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you hide first.
Hello, Sebastian.
Back for a rematch?
You seek, I'll hide.
You're on. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi. 5
Really can't tell
Yeah.
what's happening. I
But
guess
you're
ghosts
not.
might not be able to
Here
hear
I come.
everything
Yeah.
the same way we do. Yeah, I'm right here.
Found you.
Good job.
Goody for you.
You didn't even make it hard. Maybe I should hide next time.
Hello, Sebastian.
Back for a rematch?
You hide, I'll seek.
Great. Eyes closed and count 5 Mississippis. I won't even leave the
5
room.
whole Mississippis?
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Ready or not, here I come.
Where could he be?
It'd be funny if you caught
I
on to this
wonder
and
who's behind this curtain.
tricked us that way.
What? How'd you find me?
Maybe you're not the best at this after all.
You cheated. You tied that string to me.
Don't be a sore loser. You never specified in the rules that it wasn't allowed. Now, about that route through the staircase room.
Grown-ups are tricky. Here,
Yep.
this'll tell you how to do it. Cheetah, cheetah, pumpkin eater.
You love to eat pumpkin.
I almost felt bad. Almost. Because when I looked at the document, I was sure I'd been swindled. What I'd been given wasn't a blueprint of the house, but a wedding schedule scribbled on in colored crayon.
Probably has something to do with the clock.
The clock in the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when you have to enter the next door.
Yeah. I like the sailor's name.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
a
it's
wedding schedule
blacked
for this
out.
evening, but the printed times
Redacted.
had been replaced with new times drawn in colorful crayon.
Okay. Color also means something. Like
Yeah, it could
Take
be.
a look.
Yeah. Still never found that Bible.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if
If we really need to.
once we.
The Bible's for when we finally confront Rackham and defeat him through the power of Christianity. Because this is a Christian game.
Volume practice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wonder how tight the timing is.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
That time
you got
I
a chime.
Chime. 3.
Hmm.
So there's 11.
Meow. Can you talk to me?
9. Hey, Daisy.
He's gonna help you out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you weren't moused over the
Yeah.
door.
There's a reason for that.
I wonder why. Hmm. You know, Daisy? You asshole. Oh. Oops. Oh.
Okay. That one. Time I got a chime.
What was that? Was that 7 again?
8.
8. Okay. Oh, yeah. Nice.
It was a wedding schedule for this evening, but the printed times had been replaced with new times drawn in colorful crayon.
I wonder if the colors has some kind of significance. The doors don't seem to be a different color at all.
Yeah. They do have differences, though.
Yeah. Get your claws out of my shirt. You seem to know that the first is 7 and the last is 8.
Yeah.
Oh, you just... Okay, that's good. Get your claws trimmed. Gosh, this is getting right up in my face.
Staircases bookended by doors stretched around me in all directions. This wasn't an easy room to pass through. It was a wedding schedule for this evening, but the printed times had been replaced with new times drawn in colorful crayon.
Sure.
Doesn't seem to be working. Oh, 11 seems to do it there.
Okay. 7-11.
For that one.
Yeah. I think it chimed on 8 for the last
I
one.
think so, yeah.
Just maybe do like every other number. But I don't know if there's any like logic hinting at that.
But I'm knocking of some sort. Right?
Yeah.
It's like
A creek. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I discovered Sebastian, a cheeky little ghost. That's still covering how to beat him at hide and seek.
Once he'd made one key discovery.
Oh. 12 o'clock position was always dictated by the direction I was rotated.
Okay.
No, I was upside down. 12 o'clock was actually in the 6th position.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
That's very tricky.
That is tricky. Looks like they're all like cardinal directions at least. And so, let's see. What's the next one?
3.
Okay. So that would be 12? Okay, yeah. So you just add 3 to that, I guess? 12, 1, 2. Nice. Okay, you would add 6 to this one.
9.
So 3.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, add 6 to this one too.
This is
So 12. Oh no, 10. You're right. Yeah, I don't know if I could have figured this out without that hit.
My head still spinning, I passed through the final door.
I guess you can see it by
staircase
like
room with
the
realization
first and last
that
ones
I'd
were the only
followed
ones
the
that were
final
working.
steps.
Yeah.
It does feel like a lot of trial there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd never been in love, yet seeing the drastic measures the sailor had resorted to, I felt his pain all too viscerally. The happiest day of his life became the day his true love rejected him. It must have broken him. The sailor's skeleton still clasped his wedding ring for Abigail. With some unease, I took the ring, promising the skeleton I'd return it to the woman who loved him.
All right.
Now present it to the priest
Yes.
and confess your love.
Mm-hmm.
Or present it to the southern lady. Yes.
I placed the ring on the dresser. The 5 wedding items were ready. It was time to start up the phonograph. Abigail, if you can hear me, try to come back to your final happy moment. I began to feel a change in the room. The air not quite so still, the shadows not quite so dark, and the bride not quite so distant. I just hoped I'd made a wise decision.
You cannot be allowed to do this. I will stop you. At any cost, I will stop you. I'm free. You came back.
Please don't try to kill me a third time.
Don't worry, Murphy McAllen. I'm not here to do that.
I think I might have caused all of this, but I can explain everything.
I'm afraid to say I think you might be right, but at least there's a chance we can do something to fix it. If only... Oh no. He's coming.
Who's coming?
Rackham, you need to hide. If we're going to fix this, he can't know where you are. Quickly, out on the balcony.
No, he just appears.
Abigail, where is he?
Where is who?
Don't play dumb with me, little girl. I know about your little game on the riverboat. I know that you've brought that mortal into the house. Where is he?
You know, I haven't seen him.
I know you're lying to me, Abigail, but it makes no matter. There's nothing any mortal can do to stop my plans. The wedding will take place tonight, and this time, you're going to say I do.
I'll never marry you, Rackham.
I'm afraid you won't have a choice.
I've broken free of your spell before. I can do it again.
I'm not so sure that's true.
The love spell will take hold again, and every minute you spend broken out of it drains you more and more from ever breaking out of it again. Soon the spell will take hold of you forever, and then you will marry me. The Belmore treasure will be mine.
No.
You had your chance, Abigail. You chose that nightmare. And after tonight, you'll never be able to leave it again.
Oh my. Lots of runes making creepy faces.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a creep.
Abigail, is it safe?
Of course not, but we don't have the luxury of waiting. Come with me, Murphy. I have a plan, and there are some things you really need to know.
Oh, part 3.
3 keys.
Yeah. I assume for the brothers.
The brothers. You know how all brothers have their own keys.
Mm-hmm. We have our special monographed keys.
Yes.
Locked our
Grand
treasures
Hall.
behind them.
Yes.
Why are we back here?
Series of puzzles.
Yes.
I suppose you have some questions for me, Murphy McAllen?
Just a few.
Right now,
This
it's
trip
just
to
a few
Devil's Rock
lottery
isn't
tickets
going
and
anything like I planned.
One of those things is going to pay out. Oh. I have control again, so we can save it here.
Sure, that was a good
We've reached
time to
the
stop.
new act.
Yes. I'm very intrigued.
Mm-hmm. Making good progress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll be back in a few days for more alien airports and
Yes.
dog friends.
Yep. And we have a new game to start Wednesday.
Yes.
And then we'll get back to this next Friday. And we'll be watching a Fanfest keynote in a few hours.
Yeah. See all these new jobs.